Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Doris Ojage, and on today's video we're talking about the documents you need for your HCPC application. Have I introduced myself? Oh, I'm Doris Ojage, and on this channel I share information for overseas trained radiographers who want to practice abroad. And on today's video we're talking about registering to practice in the UK. In the UK you need to register with HCPC, that's the Health and Care Professional Council. They regulate many bodies of allied profession, but we're focusing on radiographers and sonographers. So as a radiographer that is trained abroad, you need to be registered with them to practice here. Now you go to the website HCPC, right? It's -uk.org. You go there, you search it, you will see that there are two pathways, either the pathway for UK only and the pathway for international. As internationally trained, that's from overseas, that you were internationally means you were not trained in the UK, that you don't have any degree in the UK, you don't have any sort of voluntary clinical training, any sort of training in the UK, you don't have that. So you were trained overseas outside of the UK. So you have to follow the pathway for international applications. Now the first thing you need to do is to create a create an application online, right? So you have to create a portal online that you can apply through. So you are creating an online application, right? So you have to create your own profile online. It's like I'm saying it over and over, like you should not understand. You should understand it now. You're creating a Facebook profile, right? So you create your own application, like a profile that you can access anytime. You can start your application, you leave it and come and complete it later until you submit. So that's what you're creating. The first thing you do is you create that. So to create that, you will need your name, of course, your date of birth, your address, and things like that. Okay, that's done. You have created that. Now the documents, let's move to the next part. The documents that you will need, is first is a proof of identity. That could be your passport. That should be your passport for international applicant, right? Let's leave it at passport. All right. That should be your passport or any other document that will prove your identity. There's a list of those documents like we use on the website. Like HCPC is really clear with your directives that you could just look at it and follow, right? So visit the website and you see the other ones. For the case of this video, we're taking passport. So your international passport should be scanned and clean, ready to upload. PDF, nice, good, we're done. Now, the next one that you need is your proof of address. So proof of address, you will need either a bank account statement that has your address on it or a bill statement. So if you're in Cameroon and you have a Sonet bill in your name, like now most people are buying individual meters and prepaid meters, so it's easy to have a bill in your name that has your name on it with your address. So you could also use that. You don't need to scan a copy and keep. Okay, now you upload it to the website. They are pre-designated site on the form on the site that you have created for your own application. They are pre-designated site that you upload these documents there. Now the other documents that you will need are your degree certificates, your letter of experience from your supervisor, or your letter of experience from your employer, or any kind of letter of recommendation that you will need. Anything that you think that will help you in your application, just you need it. Now what I want to tell you is this to really help you in your application is that know that the information you are providing to the committee, right, is a group of people called the assessors that will assess all of these documents. Now this information that you're providing to them, that is all what they will know about you. You know how I always say about the CV, that the CV is something like a piece of paper that goes and talk about you while you are not there, right? So this, whatever you're providing, the document, if you like, you provide a letter of recommendation. There's also a space for additional information. If you like, you put additional information. But whatever you are doing, know that this is the information that they'll be assessing you with. So I advise that you put as much as possible that you think will positively help your situation and your registration, right? Because they will work with the information that you give them. They are not going to register and get FBI or the what, how do they call this point in the UK? I've forgotten the police in the UK. Scotland Yard. No, they're not going to get detectives from Scotland Yard to go and investigate your history and where you worked and things like that. No, we're not doing that. The information you provide to them, that is what they will verify and assess. Okay, so give as much detail as you can. If you could get letter references from all your employers, good. If you get references from your teachers from school, good. Okay, now you get that and you scan those and keep. Now the next thing that you will need in terms of documentation is English language, right? And it's a little tricky here. Some people will just go right ahead and just take English as their first language. Some people would not. They would go and write the eyes and everything. Now, for your eyes to be accepted, it needs to be 7 minimum in all sections. So if you have 8 in one section and have 6 in one section and the total is 7, that will not be accepted. It needs to be 7 in all the sections. At least that is what I know from the last time I checked the website. You could check again just to be sure. Good. Now with all these documents cannot go onto the site without them being certified. And being certified is very easy to certify these documents within the ACPC preambles. Now, this is something that really made me happy because in Cameroon, to certify documents, you need to go to the SDO's office or governor's office, the one in Boya. They say, heal that you climb like that. Oh my God. I also need time to out of working hours, because if you are working, right, and you need to go and meet this other person in his own office doing working hours. Now, how do you meet that? It's a lot of stress. But with HCPC, they're giving directives on how to certify the document that you upload to your site. You just need somebody of good standing in the society. Like if, for example, you are working and you have a boss, right, a supervisor, that supervisor can sign the documents. All he needs to say right on the document, right, top left hand, right, top left hand, no, not top, bottom right, right. So if you have your paper, the document like this, the person that's certifying the document should write here on this area the exact thing that I've written on the website. It's written on the website, like, I certify that this is a true copy of the original document. And then you write your name. If, for example, Jacket Doris I write lead sonographer or supervising head of department, you write the your email address and then you sign. That is all. Like, you don't need any stamp. No stamp. You don't need any stamp. That's the best part. Oh God, I love HCPC for this. Like, you don't need any stamp. You don't need to go and wait in line for any SDO or anything. That's what you need. Right? If you know the SDO good, you could go to the SDO and you can easily access him and you sign it. But one thing I'll tell people from Cameroon is that I will not advise you to go to the SDO or the governor's office, because they will now be French in it. And if you have chosen English as your first language, if you are from the Anglophone zone, there will be a contradiction. And now you will now need to go and translate the document. Okay? Do you understand? So to avoid all of that, just get to anybody. An imam can sign it for you. A pastor of the British church, this is a little bit complicated, can sign it for you. Or a supervisor or a banker or a lawyer, an attorney, a notary could sign it for you. The words are written on the website. You just need to copy it. The person needs to copy it in handwriting and then sign name and dates. That is all what you do for all your documents and certifications. Whatever the document may be, that is what you need to do. Once you do that, you can now upload them to the corresponding sites. I think that is all what you need. And the English language. So that's all what you need in terms of documentation and the process. So with this, I hope you have an overview of what you could be looking for when you go to the site, so that you are not lost like how I was just rambling about. So now you know that when you get there, go straight to international applications, create a profile for yourself, and then prepare these documents that we have listed, which is your passport, something to prove your address, which could be a bank statement or a bill, and then you need your documents, which are degrees, references, and letter of experiences from your employers, and your English certificate if you need it. And all these are certified, very simple and easy by anybody of standing in a society. So that is it. So take a stroll and look around the ACP website. Even if you're not ready to register, just look at it and just to get a view of what you will what you will need and the time frame that it will cost. I think the next video I'll tell you about the timeline and things, what you expect once you submit your application. But for this video, that is it. Thank you Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll keep you informed and prepared for your opportunity to practice abroad. All right, let's have a great day, and I'm getting back to work. Bye bye.